Alright, this is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and Happy New Year, everybody. It's the brand new year, and in this video what we're going to do is we're going to actually go back to a clip I filmed at the Woodstock Fruit Festival 2013. If you're checking out and looking for a cool festival to go to that celebrates fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, the Woodstock Fruit Festival is the one you're going to want to attend. Now, in this past year, I attended and had a great time, and while I was there, I had the special opportunity to interview 10 people and ask the pioneers at the Woodstock Fruit Festival their top tip on the best way to lose weight with raw foods. So that's what we're gonna do in this video. We're gonna share with you guys some of the experts at the Woodstock Fruit Festival on the best ways to lose weight on raw foods, because I know, because it's a new year, many of you guys wanna get healthier, get fit, and more importantly, lose weight in this new year. So without further ado, let's go into the clip. So now we're here with Freelee, the banana girl. Be sure to check her out on YouTube. She has some hot vids, if you know what I mean. Anyway, she's been into raw foods now for the last 7 years, and this is actually one of her areas of interest that she has direct experience with.
The best way is to, firstly you got to be patient, okay? And not focus on losing weight. That might sound crazy. If you want to lose weight, you should focus on it, but no, it's not true. Don't focus on it, focus on getting healthier and fitter. That's what I did. Early on I was focusing on weight and it wasn't happening, but as soon as I focused on health and fitness, then everything started to happen. And it's very, very important. If you want to stay on the lifestyle long enough to lose the weight, you need to eat enough calories. And I say it all the time, over and over again. People are like, oh my gosh, she's talking about calories again. But seriously, you need to know how many calories you're eating, especially as a newbie, especially if you want to stay on track long enough to lose the weight. So I recommend a minimum of 2,500 calories a day for women and 3,000 a day for men, especially as a newbie. Okay, and that's how I lost the weight. It's taken me years. It's come off gradually, but now it's staying off. It's not coming back.
So now we're here with Tim Van Orden. RunningRaw.com is his website. Into raw foods for 9 years.
Best way to lose weight. Most people think that exercising is how you lose weight. Exercise has a very small effect on weight loss. The main benefit of exercise is to change the way that you metabolize different sugars. But it really doesn't burn as many calories as you need to burn to lose a lot of weight. So the best way to lose weight, especially on a raw food diet, is to eat whole, fresh produce, lots of fruit, and if you happen to be exercising, you can metabolize those sugars in a very healthy way, and you're going to lose a lot of weight very quickly. So stay away from refined foods. There's nothing wrong with sugar if it's in fruit, if it's still in a whole food. It's only when you take it out and you separate it that it becomes a problem. So you don't have to worry about carbs. I'm eating too many carbs. The Atkins people told me I shouldn't eat carbs. They're bad. Refined flour, refined starches, refined sugars, those are bad. Best way to lose weight? Eat clean, whole foods. It's simple. Eat as many as you want. You'll still lose weight.
All right, so now we're with Dan McDonald, AKA DTM, Dan the Man, Life Regenerator on YouTube. Go check his channel out there. He's been into raw foods for the last 13 years.
Cool, man. That's my specialty. I've helped quite a few people dump a lot of weight. And one of the things, we know that the linear data is eat the raw foods, the fruits and the vegetables. Now, of course, as someone who's overweight, it's about more than that. There's not just, oh, okay, I'm going to eat fruits and vegetables, no problem. Now, there are people that do that. They make that decision. It's like life or death. They're 500 pounds. Their heart's really going to blow out of their chest. And the doctor says, you got a week to live. They find my videos, they call me. I say, you need to just go to your fridge, throw everything away, and go to the store and eat organic fruits, vegetables, juices, smoothies, and salads. And you need to get on 100% raw right now. There are people that do that. They are the folks that generally lose a pound a day in the very beginning. But now, aside from the fruits and vegetables and the mineralization and the hydration and the conductivity that comes, that starts to break up the debris, and you need to go slow. You might need to use steamed vegetables at first because it can get, you've got a lot of stuff sitting in there and the juices will ferment and rancidify. So you got to go slow on this weight loss thing. But the underlying issues is two things I want to discuss, and that is releasing crap out of your life. Just clean up the magazines that have been sitting there, the old junk, the knickknacks, the energy that's accumulated in your house and in your life is a reflection of what's accumulated inside of you, and you can go from the outside in and the inside out. So start cleaning the inside out with the raw foods and the clean foods, and flushing the system with the juices is my favorite thing. Lots and lots of juice to get those minerals in there, to get that water in there, and to start flushing out the debris and toxins which you're holding on to energetically. And then it's coming a reflection in your life, and there's like a pack rat mentality with the people that are generally overweight. They're holding on to stuff. And that's the other thing too, but at the deepest levels, we want to really start working on the emotional traumas. Why are we always eating so much? What are we afraid of? Are we afraid of being there with ourselves, all our trauma? You know, so really to learn how to lose weight, you need to learn to sit there with that sadness, with that broken heart, with that you were teased or you were traumatized in one way or another is generally the case. There's boredom issues. Anything to avoid being there with that lonely emptiness, but that's what we really all need to do. Even the skinny people that are trying to gain weight, and anybody who's trying to feel better about their life, we all need to be okay sitting there with those places in ourselves that we're not comfortable with. And that's going to be the biggest thing with the weight loss. And also in diseases or weight loss or any type of life improvement, what are you going to do with your life? What do you want to do? What makes you excited? What makes you happy? I had a dream the other night that I was paralyzed, and God said, what would you do? I'll let you do the couple of the things that you wanted to do. Now that you're paralyzed, I'll let you have a day off and take a couple things you want to do. And I knew what those things were. You know, they was, number one was make love, and number two was ride my bike. And I'm paralyzed in this dream, you know. And of course that day I woke up and did those things, you know. And so that, and ever since then I've been focusing on just thinking that way. Like if I was paralyzed, that would really suck. So if you're overweight, think you got your two legs. Most of you watching, you have your two legs, you have your two arms, your heart's still beating, you got your lungs, you got everything you need. Now you just, like, I can't say it in one video to love yourself. There's no way. I have to say it in every single video until it pounds in and pounded into myself. You got to find a way to love yourself and be okay, and it's really about self-acceptance. And I'm doing the same thing. Oh, Mr. Perfect, whatever. Some people might see that, but no, we're all trying to get more comfortable in our skin. So we're all trying to work on that love and that self-acceptance. So if you eat the raw foods and you start getting rid of stuff, the people out of your life that are sucking you dry, and the junk in your life that you haven't used in 6 years and it's collecting dust, and the stagnated emotions and the traumas, and forgiving those people that hurt you, and finding it, locating it with awareness. The raw foods will bring in more awareness. As soon as you get rid of a lot more of the drug foods, you're not going to get over it overnight usually. Some people do though. So get on the raw foods, let go, and work on that self-acceptance, and go into those uncomfortable places in yourself. And this is for everybody who's weight loss or not, wanting to have a happier, more full life, and sit there with those uncomfortable things and be okay with that. Like, learn to process those sensations, and I call that diffusion. You sit there, if you avoid it, it builds. It builds, it builds, it builds. If you sit there with it, like, this is really uncomfortable, I'm afraid to feel my feelings, but if you sit there with that, it will diffuse, and slowly but surely fear will be let go of, and then you can begin to have more control and power over your life by choosing what I say. And I'll let you go with this because I know we need to keep these short, but you know, I say go into those feelings and say, when you're bored, say, I want to feel what it's like to be deathly bored. You don't want to be like halfway bored or halfway afraid. You want to feel fear at the depths. So, and you say, give me more fear. I want to feel it. And then what happens? You become in control. I don't want to feel fear. You're trying to push it away, eat it away, hump it away, smoke it away, entertain it away. But you can't do that because it's in there. So go into it and then ask for more. And then you become the one in control. And that makes you feel good. And then you're the one who is, the fear is not controlling you. You're controlling the fear by asking for more. Then you become the power, you become the space, and then that begins the process of letting go. And then you can become free and happy. We all deserve to be happy. The overweight, that's a real special thing because they're hiding. And it's sad, they're hiding from their self. And it's okay to be yourself. And whatever happened to you, I'm sorry, but just know that people do care and you can change your life and you do deserve to live and be happy and smile and feel free in your body. So just let that weight go and live your life, because life is so precious, and only when it's gone, that's when we're going to wake up and say, shoot, I should have went to Hawaii. I should have went for that walk. I should have. So don't be living a life of should have, and go out and live today. And if you can only walk half a block, have so much fun walking that half a block that you can't wait till tomorrow, because you'll be able to walk a block tomorrow. I've worked with people that could only walk half a block and back to their mailbox, but now they walk 2 miles a day, 5 miles, they're up to 10 miles, losing that weight, and feeling themselves with the light of their own life.
Wow.
Thanks, John.
Great answer, Dan.
I care about people, and I want to see them get free, and I do everything I can to learn as much as I can and be what I can be, so that I can be that, and because I'm trying to free myself so I can help free you, the people watching, and all these people here.
Yep. Be sure to check out Dan's channel for more info just like that. I mean, some of his videos get really long, but it's really heartfelt, and they will change your life like he's changed probably tens of thousands of people's lives out there. Now we're with Christina Carrillo Bucaram. Her website is fullyraw.com. She's been into raw foods for over 8 years now, and today she's going to answer the question.
I would definitely say to decrease the amount of fats that you're eating, increase the amount of fruit, get exercise. I cannot tell you how important cardio is. Yes, food is a huge component, but it's not about starving yourself. It's about revving up your whole body, building muscle so that it burns fat, so that you can get lean and get fit, and not do this in an unhealthy way, but do this in a sustainable way for yourself, because that's what true health is about. So get in the good fruits and the vegetables, decrease your fat, increase your cardio, and enjoy yourself. Because when you're happier, trust me, you are less inclined to emotionally eat.
All right, so now we're here with Grant Campbell of RawAussieAthlete.com. He's been into raw foods for 8 years now.
One of the best ways to lose weight with raw foods would just be to follow the principles of natural hygiene, just live healthfully, eating raw fruits and vegetables. It's just going to get you where you want to go. I don't believe in focusing on weight loss as a goal. I believe in living healthfully, because your ideal weight will follow. If you want to do lots of fitness and muscle work, lots of strength work, then you'll end up with a stronger physique. You'll end up where you want to be. You may be heavier than somebody else. So weight isn't really the goal. And just through meeting your body's needs, sleep, sunshine, rest, a diet that we thrive on, fresh fruits and vegetables, exercise, getting enough sleep, all these things that we all thrive on. If you focus on those, you'll end up where you want to go.
So now we're with Durian Rider. His website is 30bananasaday.com. He's been into raw foods for 11 years now.
Sweet fruit. Fruit's filling, it gives you calories, you want to be active, you want to be doing stuff. All the fruitarians are rail thin, long term, 1000%. Might not take a month or 2 months or whatever, but long term, you're going to look all emaciated like Durian Rider. Seriously, sweet fruit is your friend. Find your favourite sweet fruit, learn what it looks like when it's ripe, learn what it feels like, should taste like, learn how to get it, prepare it, eat it, enjoy it. Sweet fruit's the best because it's going to keep you away from the other crap if you eat enough calories from it.
So now we're with Megan Elizabeth. You can check her out at meganelizabeth.com. She's been into raw foods for over 5 years now.
I think the best way is probably to start to develop a healthy relationship with food. A lot of us are overweight because we have an unhealthy relationship, or we're just eating things that are not nutrient dense, and so we have to eat too much of it. And when you get into a raw food diet, you're eating the best, most healthy food you can be eating if you're eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. And I think the best thing you can do is to start to work on some of the emotional issues maybe that you had with food that got you to the place you're at before. Because I think that it is possible to gain or lose weight on almost any type of diet depending on what your mindset is. Raw foods is the best and the easiest, I think, because it's your natural diet. But a healthy mindset towards food that doesn't lead to overeating, I think is really key.
So now we're here with Dr. Samuel Mielkarski. It's Dr. Sam PT, that's DRSAMPT.com. He's been into raw foods for the last 15 years now.
The best way to lose weight on raw foods is to make sure that you keep raw food as one of the many factors of health in your overall, what I term, chain of health. And when you don't lose sight of that, then you focus on health as opposed to weight loss, you'll be your ideal weight. The bottom line is Mother Nature is not prejudiced, so if you follow the rules, you're going to get the results you want. And as it pertains to weight loss, it's no different. The real key is to focus on building better health and not on losing weight. So don't starve yourself, just eat correctly.
So now we're with Don Bennett, DAS. His website is health101.org. He's been into a raw fruit-based diet for over 20 years now.
Best way to lose weight on a raw foods diet is, number one, you have to know what you're supposed to weigh. If you don't know what you're supposed to weigh, how are you going to know when you've gotten there? Or, you don't want to go past it, you don't want to be above it. So you got to find out what's the what your set weight is, your ideal weight, and then you want to find out how many calories is it going to take to keep you at something like that. And then you want to be active enough to warrant eating enough food to have that many calories. Now, that's part one of my answer. Part two is your weight is largely controlled by your metabolism, right? Some people have a high metabolism like me. I can eat 8 million calories a day and never be above 135. That's the way I was. Some people look at a photo of chocolate cake and gain 5 pounds. And so, your metabolism can be different genetically, but there's also a nutritional component, and that's iodine. Iodine affects your thyroid big time, and your thyroid is in control of your weight, your metabolism, I should say. And so if you're having trouble losing weight, it could be because you have a slower than normal for you metabolism, and that's because you're iodine deficient. So you should have your iodine checked. Unfortunately, not a lot of labs do it. You need to get a health practitioner like myself to get the right test. It's a 24-hour iodine loading test, so you can see if your thyroid is operating properly. And if it isn't, you're not going to get to your proper weight. Or if you do, you're getting to it abnormally. You don't want to do that either.
So now we're with Dr. Doug Graham. His website is Food and Sport, and that's the letter N, .com. And he's been into raw foods for 35 years now.
I think the best way to lose weight with raw foods is to eat raw foods. If you're on 2 diets, it's really hard to lose weight. If you're on 3 diets, it starts getting impossible. If you just commit to eating raw foods, there's a very good chance you're going to drop some weight pretty quickly. It's pretty effortless. The more fruits and vegetables you eat and the less of anything else. If you can look on your plate and see whole, fresh, ripe, raw, organic fruits and vegetables, if you can see fruits and vegetables, no exceptions, no beating around the bush, get used to eating days and days and days where you're not eating anything fatty. There's nothing wrong with eating fatty food once in a while by choice, but what you want to be eating is fruits and vegetables and not fatty foods. You'll drop weight like nobody's business in the healthiest way possible, in the easiest way possible, the fastest way possible, and really the most effortless way possible. It's very satiating stuff to eat fruits and vegetables. Eat your fruits and vegetables, add in some fitness activities. The weight just comes right down to where it's supposed to be.
So you just heard from a number of the other pioneers at the Woodstock Fruit Festival on the best way to lose weight with raw foods. Now I'm going to share with you guys my top tips with you. My name is John Kohler. I've been into raw foods for the last 18 years. I've definitely lost weight with raw foods. And the best way I believe you should lose weight with raw foods is, number one, eat the appropriate amount of fruits and vegetables for you and minimize all the other food products or raw foods you may be eating. We're going to talk about caloric density. The vegetables overall as an entire category have the least amount of calories with the most nutrition. It's my belief that most people into raw foods simply do not eat enough leafy green vegetables and other vegetables. So in my opinion, you can literally have unlimited vegetable consumption on a raw foods diet. So if you're getting into raw foods, pack in as many fresh vegetables as you possibly can, whether you can eat them whole and chew them well, whether you need to blend them or whether you need to juice them. That's my top tip. Eat more vegetables. Of course, we do not want to neglect the fruits. Fruits are a tantalizing food. I love my fruits. Most of my calories come from fruits. And I would say if you're trying to lose weight on a raw foods diet, eat a lot of fruits. You know, I wouldn't go unlimited fruits, but you know, you could eat a lot of fruits and still get the energy you need, get the nutrition you require without a lot of calories. I mean, if you ate as many nuts and seeds as you wanted, that could definitely get you into some issues because, you know, they have a lot more caloric density in there. But by focusing on fruits and vegetables in the end, whether you gotta eat them whole, juice them, or blend them, you know, that's the best way to lose weight with raw foods. Focus on the fruits and vegetables. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode and it gave you some tips and tricks so that you can lose weight and get healthier in the new year. Be sure to subscribe to my videos if you're not already to watch more videos like this one with more hints and tips where I share my experience and also the experience of some of my friends and colleagues. Once again, my name is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time, and remember, until then, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're always the best. All right, this is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and this is going to be a very special one at that. We have Karen Ramsey, and she is the author of Creating